Thank you for being out here and saving lives. This is going to be on a Mojo top 10 list, I tell you right now.
I love The Sims. I love it with my whole entire heart.
What in the cozy protest is going on here?
Because clearly EA's pricing model with this is fucking insane. So I'm going to get readers and I can't believe I'm spending more money.
Art matters! Art matters!
Why do y'all insist on putting the responsibility of corporate greed on individual creatives who are doing what they need to do to survive?
We will not let this go!
Y'all are sick individuals.
I will be the first person to tell you that the expansion packs are too expensive and too inaccessible.
Guys, she was so close to getting to the point, and then we didn't get to the point.
We have over 70,000 signatures.
This isn't the end of the petition. This is just the beginning.
Every so often, I like to just peek over the fence and see what's going on over there with The Sims. Hey!
Hey, how y'all doing?
And right next to Andrew Wilson orgasming over generative AI and the Saudi government trying to convince everyone that they're not human rights abusers, I also see a bunch of hypocrites. After years of endless complaints about the never-ending problems with this game, you might be under the impression that at some point players would grow tired and frustrated and just move on from this mess. But in reality, it's quite the opposite. And after years of watching so much flip-flopping and just straight up fickle behavior from this community, I've grown really tired of the Sims players and influencers who complain nonstop about The Sims and EA's exploitation, but refuse to do anything about it. Recently, a group of Sims players traveled to EA's headquarters in California to protest the impending buyout. If you're unaware, EA is being sold to the Saudi government and the Trump family.
They're eating the dogs.
Nightmare fuel, I know. But here is what that protest looked like.
I want to walk in there and I want to politely, calmly, and kindly go on in.
No, it's over there.
Oh, it's over there. Never mind. Thank you for being out here and saving lives. This is going to be on a Mojo top 10 list, I tell you right now.
This isn't the end of the petition. This is just the beginning. I love The Sims. I love it with my whole entire heart. I will be the first person to tell you that the expansion packs are too expensive and too inaccessible. And that's just my own experience here. So
thank you for coming out here,
Yeah.
Kevin. And
Guys, she was so close to getting to the point, and then we didn't get to the point.
By the way, I love this diva. If you guys are not watching the Drama House on YouTube, I'll have her channel linked below. She's absolutely one of the realest voices in the Sims community. But anyway, this protest, which we could say was more like a small social gathering,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
consisted of a bunch of Simmers doing the absolute most
we will not let this go.
and the least.
But I'm going to politely, calmly, and kindly, with low voice, ask if we can give our petition to the leadership of EA. Is the way in right there?
Well, it certainly is, but it's private property.
That's
yep,
all right.
that's understandable.
What in the cozy protest is going on here? All these theatrics, the plumb bob headbands, an homage to the City Living Pack,
This is actually just city living. You know, that's what we're doing. We're protesting.
the cosplaying, a scroll.
We have over 70,000 signatures.
They put all this effort into going to California and putting on this show, but there's one glaring thing they refuse to do, and that is call for a boycott. This kind of behavior is indicative of an overarching theme within the Sims community where people will complain and get outraged every time something is broken or there's another cash grab or they're upset about the buyout. But when the time comes for people to actually take a stand and do something meaningful, it's crickets. Imagine traveling to the corporate headquarters of Electronic Arts to do this protest, which is all about how the buyout is anti-consumer and bad for players, but they refuse to do the one thing that we actually have control of as players. Boycotting is the single most effective thing we can do as consumers. It's the one thing that can really harm corporations because they feel it in their bottom line when people stop buying. Yet the Sims community, even the ones who are protesting this, refuse to do it.
And so that's really the challenge. You can easily be a social media warrior, but Will you actually participate in the boycott is the question.
You guys did all that, but you can't even utter the word boycott. We must be joking here. I love protests. I love when people use their voices to speak out, and I like seeing people complain about corporations doing scummy shit. I mean, look at my channel. But going to EA's headquarters and chanting and putting on this high school theater club performance and holding up the signs and cosplaying and unraveling this giant scroll, protests have to have a goal, and I'm failing to see what the goal is with these people. The end goal can't just be signatures. That's not actionable. Lady Drama explained this perfectly in her video.
The idea is when you do a petition and collect signatures is because you think, okay, I need this amount of signatures so that I can affect change in this way. And this is the pathway that I'm gonna follow. So this is just the confirmation, by the way, that this whole petition to stop the EA deal, block the EA deal, whatever, was just BS. What was the purpose then?
Instead of encouraging people to sign this random petition, which is not gonna do shit because it's going to someone who was hand-selected by Trump and it's Trump's family who is one of the buyers of EA, why not encourage people to actually do something that could affect change? The EA buyout was announced at the end of September in 2025. And the fact that this whole time, there have only been a handful of people in the Sims community who have even uttered the word boycott, this is exactly the problem. This community will complain all day and night every time they're upset about something, yet they all refuse to do anything about it. I talked about this video a few weeks ago where all these creators made a video urging people to sign this petition to stop the buyout, and they all seemed pretty passionate and eager. I'm not denying that they actually do want to stop the buyout, but tell me why all of these people refuse to say the word boycott. Why do they refuse to encourage their viewers to vote with their wallets? That's the one thing that could actually make a difference, and they all refuse to say it. And I'm not just talking about the ones in this video either. Satch on Sims, for example, has made a career from being highly critical of EA and The Sims 4, rightfully so, but he got mad when people started calling for a boycott.
There is this whole movement in the Sims community of we need to boycott the Sims right now and every Sims YouTuber needs to quit their channel right now, and I'm seeing like all this crazy stuff going on. There is no such thing as ethical consumption.
Why do you think that is? The Sims creator who is leading this entire protest to stop the buyout not only refuses to use the word boycott, but they're also in the EA Creator Network with a link to use their creator code under every video they post.
No way. What do you mean you have save 5% when you use the code Zephyrin when buying Sims Pack on the EA app to support my channel? I also earn a 5% commission on your purchase.
That's suspicious. Could it be that these Sims creators know that calling for a boycott of the game that earns them their living might end up hurting their income?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I'm pretty sure we all know the answer. Because fewer people buying The Sims 4 means fewer people playing, which means fewer people consuming their content and less ad revenue and sponsorship opportunities for them. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. Even I can see it, and my ex told me I was, quote, distant and unavailable. But what good is this outrage? What good is criticizing EA for the buyout or for the years of exploitative practices if you're not going to stand on business and put your money where your mouth is?
The only way you have to let Andrew Wilson know that you don't like this is by voting with what? With your wallet.
3 months ago, EA added an in-game marketplace to The Sims 4 where players can buy virtual currency and use it to purchase custom content. And over the last few months, the marketplace has given us some incredible stuff like power outlets and this monstrosity of a hairstyle. And who could forget pimple patches? These cost $5, by the way. I think most rational people can agree that the Sims Marketplace is one of the worst things EA has ever done.
How could you do this to me? Question mark.
They added a store on top of a game that already cost $1,600, $1,700. We might even be nearing $2,000 at this point if you add up all the stuff on the marketplace. I don't know. Regardless, it's unacceptable, right? But here is what's so bewildering. The Sims community will complain nonstop about the marketplace on one hand, and on the other, they will defend and support it. A Sims content creator made this video defending the artists who have decided to partner with EA on the marketplace.
Why do y'all insist insist on putting the responsibility of corporate greed on individual creatives who are doing what they need to do to put food on their table and keep the light in their eyes in these chaotic times. Y'all want to be bad at EA? Cool, do that. Y'all got questions or comments about the marketplace? Let them know. They have a whole section in their Discord now where they're fielding questions about it. So you can go directly to the Sims team with your problems. But blaming the creators? And some people are suggesting boycotting the custom content creators. Y'all are sick individuals. Stop punishing individuals for doing what they need to do to survive.
It's giving I identify with my captors. No hate to this person, but what they're saying is problematic, and I just don't get it. I do not understand Sims players' obsession with defending the very people who are screwing them over. Are we understanding that this is a custom content marketplace? EA isn't making this shit, these artists are. So if we put 2 and 2 together, we can come to the conclusion that this marketplace would not exist without these custom content creators. They do deserve some blame for this. So I'm sorry, but no, you cannot say on one hand, I hate the marketplace, it sucks, but then say, don't go after the creators who are doing this, they need to put food on the table. They're the reason this marketplace exists. They are the problem. But we see this kind of behavior a lot in the Sims community. When EA releases a broken or lackluster pack, players yell, don't blame the devs, they have to pay their bills. According to them, we just have to accept being exploited by EA so that EA doesn't fire its employees, I guess? I'm sorry, but why is that our responsibility? When a Sims influencer comes on YouTube and tries to sell you another buggy, overpriced pack on behalf of EA while urging you to use their creator code at checkout, players will defend them and say, well, it's their job, what do you expect them to do? They have to pay their rent. The Sims influencer you're defending owns their home and is probably a millionaire. So, I even saw this post on Reddit where someone was saying, I'm sure most content creators would rather leave the EA program, but you know, they'd also like to eat and support their household. Apparently, those are the only two choices in life. Stay in the EA Creator Network or your family starves to death. There's no other options. And now we have this.
So there's backlash, there's criticisms, there's comments, there's concern. But I'm not gonna blame the custom content creators for jumping on an opportunity to help get them exposure and get their bills paid. Y'all are sick individuals.
Next thing we know, they're gonna say Andrew Wilson has to sell EA so that he can pay off his private jet. Truly, he'll die if he flies coach. Why is this community so dead set on defending a massive corporation's predatory behavior? Behavior that is hurting them. Why are they so preoccupied with removing any kind of blame from the creators who are the very reason this marketplace exists? This is one of the most anti-consumer schemes EA has ever cooked up. They're selling $5 pimple patches, bruh. We should not be defending this practice, period. And we do not need to go out of our way to shield these people from criticism under the guise of protecting artists. Remember, they're getting a 30% cut of the sales. That's a terrible deal.
And EA is keeping 70% of the sales from the marketplace. The creator only gets 30%.
So the artists who sign up for this are allowing other artists to get ripped off because it's showing EA and any other game company that might be watching and taking notes that 30% is an acceptable rate to pay artists for their work, and it's not. And this excuse of, well, they have to partner with EA and do the Sims marketplace to get their 30% cut to put food on the table and feed their families or whatever the fuck. Bruh. Some of these people make full-time incomes on Patreon, and if any of them are in situations that are that dire, they're better off getting a real job that actually has benefits or something.
You go get a damn job.
Yeah.
I love artists. Caravaggio is my favorite artist. And sure, he's dead, but trust he would not have sold out to EA and he would not be selling paintings of pimple patches and shit. The Sims community really can't help themselves. It's almost like they're conditioned to make excuses for every shitty thing EA does. So many players will go out and criticize EA when they do something bad.
I'm so tired of EA taking my favorite franchise and squeezing the ever-loving life out of it.
They'll be super vocal and complain all over social media, yet at the end of the day, they still go out and buy the very shit they're whinging hysterically over. In fact, there's one Sims creator who's well known for his whinging, who's been very critical of EA, and that is Satchon Sims. He literally made 10 videos about the marketplace and how it was so cash grabby and EA bad. But tell me why the first thing Satchon Sims did when the marketplace launched was go out and buy a bunch of shit off the marketplace.
Guys, I think I should get something. I just want to show you guys how it works. So I'm going to get Reader's Nook. So I actually want to see if this is of the quality that I would expect. Oh, I can't believe I'm spending more money.
This guy is the embodiment of the Sims community. Complain, complain, complain. Yet you still swipe your card. What good is your word and your non-stop complaining if at the end of the day you still buy the shit you're complaining about? It gets to a point, honestly. I'm just so sick of this phony ass behavior. Satchon Sims has been criticizing The Sims 4 for years and whining about how each pack is garbage and all that's deserved. He's right in that regard. But to go out each and every time and buy every single pack?
You done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. And Satchon Sims has done the same thing over and over and over again 120 fucking times.
Because I own all the packs: Modern Retreat Kit, Yard, Charm Kit, Adventure, Away, Enchanted by Nature, Restoration, Fashion Street Kit for Growing Together, Love Struck, Life and Death.
People like this are the problem, and the Sims community is filled with people like this. Either you shut up and stop complaining, or you actually stand up and put your money where your mouth is. Which one is it? In this video, Satchon Sims claims he's just buying from the marketplace to show everyone what it's like, and that he's gonna write this off as a business expense.
I'm gonna get 500 mulars. I just want to make it also very clear, I'm literally purchasing this as a business expense, so like I'm claiming this off my tax.
A business expense.
Oh, that's good for you, baby.
But I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what you write off, because EA's still getting your money at the end of the day, and that's all that matters to them. So I have to ask, why are we rewarding EA for bad behavior? By spending money on the marketplace, you're showing EA that you approve of it. They see you spending and they think, oh, we're doing something right. Let's keep going. Let's give them more. They like this. Are we seeing the problem? Look, as annoying as most of the Sims community thinks I am, at least your boy's standing on business. I haven't bought shit for The Sims 4 in years, and that's how I feel comfortable coming on here and criticizing it, because I know I'm not part of the problem. I'm not giving my money to EA, I'm not promoting it, I'm not playing it. I'm doing the opposite, actually. I'm saying this is exploitative and anti-consumer, and I'm encouraging you to stop buying it. I'm practicing what I preach. But so many Sims players have been stuck in this continuous cycle of screaming, this pack sucks, this one's broken, it's too expensive, we're getting ripped off. Yet they're still handing their money to EA. Make it make sense. After the EA buyout was announced, The Sims 4 released those SpongeBob kits. Do you guys remember that? Lil Simsy posted a review of the kits and she got a ton of backlash because people were like, girl, why are you giving money to EA? They sold out to human rights abusers, stop it. Much respect to her, she actually took action and stopped promoting and covering new DLC on her channel. But my question is, why did she get so much backlash, yet creators like Satchon Sims and Deligracy and countless others are doing the exact same thing and no one is batting an eye? I mean, no one's expecting Satchon Sims to be an anti-capitalist martyr.
You don't feel guilty for using technology, just like you don't feel guilty for heating your home using a car. You don't feel guilty about using makeup, animal products, beauty products.
Obviously. But I guess we are talking about a community of players that can't seem to stand for, well, anything. My point is, the behavior we see from creators like Satchon Sims is the same behavior that's ubiquitous across the Sims community. People who say one thing and then do the other. They throw a fit on Twitter and Reddit each time something's wrong with the game, aka every single week, yet they still encourage EA by opening their wallets. And my goal here is not to shame people who enjoy this game, it's just to show how harmful this behavior is. Because when players do this, they're showing EA that they don't need to take their player base seriously. EA can see that all of the players' outrage is just performative. So if all the players and content creators on Twitter and Reddit and YouTube aren't actually going to commit to their outrage and stop supporting this game, then it means nothing. As consumers, if we don't agree with something a company does, we do have the power to change things. We can vote with our wallets. And there's this defeatist attitude I see so often with Sims players where they say, oh, EA won't change, boycotting does nothing, it doesn't matter what we do, but that's only the truth because you keep making those excuses. We've seen EA do something before, like with Battlefront 2, where they removed all the microtransactions and loot boxes from that game after players boycotted. If you're truly unhappy with the quality of a game, show them in the only way that matters, the only way they care about. Prove to them that what they're doing is unacceptable by voting with your wallet. But you can't be flip-flopping every single time a new pack comes out. EA just revealed the latest brokest Sims 4 DLC. It's actually 2 DLC, and they're a collab with Bridgerton. In other words, it's royalty and legacy scraps. Shonda Rhimes, you done fooled me for the last time. This is a plot twist I did not see coming. This shit's given Temu Versailles. I'm dead certain no one's gonna buy this, right?
Today we are playing with the Sims 4 Bridgerton kits. That is kits plural because there are 2 kits. They actually put effort into this one.
You know what? Just forget I said anything, okay?